morning, everyone. It's 21 News Chief Meteorologist Eric Wilhelm here on this Thursday morning, taking a look at the marginal severe weather risk that we have across eastern Ohio and western PA later today. This is mostly focused on this evening. Let's get to the details this morning, and we're going to start out with the water vapor imagery because your eye is certainly drawn to this feature out here. This is an upper level low pressure system spinning across the Midwest. This will slowly meander east over the next 24 to 36 hours and will be responsible for our unsettled weather through the day on Friday, with this thing getting out of our hair just in time for the upcoming holiday weekend. It is rather muggy out there this morning, although the dew points are generally higher just off to our west. Look at these dew points rising into the mid-60s again this morning in places like Cincinnati, Columbus. Locally, our dew points are a little more modest, on the order of upper 50s, but these dew points will rise as a warm front pushes in during the course of the morning today. Taking a look at what's going on weather-wise this morning, we have clouds, we have a little sun, actually a few showers trying to encroach from the south and west. Now, if we are rooting against severe weather today, a few showers around midday today would be good news because it would help to stabilize the atmosphere a little bit ahead of the potential severe weather this evening. But we may get grazed by a shower or two around midday today. Not expecting a lot of rain, but it's something that will be a possibility late this morning as a warm front pushes through the region. All right, severe weather risk over the next 24 hours. If you think of our severe weather risk scale as a 1 to 5 scale, most of Ohio is in that level 2 on that 1 to 5 scale in the yellow area. That includes just about all of central Ohio, a good chunk of southwest Ohio, and even parts of eastern Ohio as well. Elsewhere across western PA and extreme northeast Ohio, it's a level 1 risk on that 1 to 5 scale. Let's not parse this too much. This is a lower end risk for severe weather late today, but enough ingredients are likely to come together that we have to pay attention to it and talk about the potential impacts heading our way. Let's start with a look at those dew points. Now, the kind of teal and blue colors are the higher dew points. You'll notice those do push east rather quickly this afternoon. So while it's relatively comfortable in our region this morning, the dew points will come up this afternoon, and that will aid in the overall instability of the atmosphere. A more moisture-laden atmosphere is a more unstable atmosphere and is more prone to updrafts forming and showers and thunderstorms getting going. One of the things we'll be watching for, even though the risk for damaging winds may be kind of on the marginal side, we're going to be watching for some bouts of heavy rain as a possibility this evening as well. Now, as a region-wide average, you'll notice these rainfall totals are really nothing all that significant, a half an inch, 3/4 of an inch or so, but those are kind of region-wide averages. These will be efficient rain-producing showers and thunderstorms this evening, so while most of us won't see any flooding problems, especially in flood-prone areas, if you get unlucky and get a tropical downpour or 2 or 3, then you're talking about an elevated risk for some isolated, localized flash flooding. But as a region-wide average, we're not looking at 3 or 4 inches of rain or anything like that. As far as the timing of today's rain, here's midday today. We're talking about spotty showers maybe for lunchtime. As we get into the afternoon, there's not going to be much out there this afternoon. Maybe a stray shower or a thunderstorm, but the bulk of the afternoon will be dry. Keep that in mind if you have after work and after school activities planned. I'm not expecting a lot of thunderstorm activity at 3, 4, 5 o'clock, even 6 o'clock this evening. As we roll farther into the evening, now this is the right around sunset, the model depiction showing a decent line, maybe a semi-organized line of showers and storms lining up along I-71. Anything out ahead of that would be isolated, and we're not going to take the timing verbatim on this, but think of this as generally mid-evening-ish. Sometime between 7 and 10 p.m. is when this semi-organized line may try to work east. Now, as it works east, it's going to be running into a somewhat more stable atmosphere because of how late in the day it's going to be. Now we're talking about around and after sunset, and so while some of these could still pack a punch, I doubt the severe weather risk locally by this time of the evening, we're talking 10 o'clock or so, I doubt the risk would be as high locally as out in here. So, bottom line is, we're going to be keeping a close eye on activity this evening, but I'm somewhat optimistic that we're not looking at a high-end severe weather day. I am somewhat optimistic that this will not be a repeat of Saturday evening in most of the area. Isolated severe weather, I think, is a possibility, sure, but this is occurring later in the evening than Saturday, and I just don't think that the risk overall will be as high for as many locations as what we dealt with earlier on last weekend. Here's another model depiction of things, and it even really doesn't have that semi-organized line. Now, this model, doesn't have that kind of mean-looking line out towards I-71 mid-evening, and it just has isolated activity. So whichever model has a better handle on things, you're not looking, either way at some sort of widespread severe weather outbreak across eastern Ohio and western PA. Real quickly, before we leave you this morning, let's talk about Friday's weather, because this could be a kind of a sneaky situation in the afternoon. We're focused on today and the severe weather risk today. I don't think damaging winds are very likely on Friday, but I guess I wouldn't be surprised if, as we head towards late afternoon, let me actually bring up the clock times for you here. If you look over here, here's a look at the clock times. This is a model depiction right around 5, 6 p.m., right around dinner time. We could have some sneaky, kind of potent thunder showers moving through. I think hail would be a little bit more of a threat with these than the wind threat that we'll have late today. I don't think hail will be a big deal at all for us later on today. But tomorrow, maybe some pockets of small hail and a quick downpour or two. We have a lot of instability in the atmosphere tomorrow with a pocket of cold air aloft. Remember that upper low I showed you on the water vapor imagery? That's going to move generally right overhead tomorrow, and that pocket of cold air associated with that upper low will make it so hail will be a little more likely, I think, in any isolated thunder shower activity late in the afternoon and early in the evening on our Friday. We're going to see spotty showers probably through about mid-morning on Saturday. Here's 9 a.m. on Saturday. And then once we're done with these, we are done with the rain for several days, and we've got a great holiday weekend coming up, especially if you like it on the warm side. In the meantime, stay weather aware today. We have that low-end risk for severe weather, mostly focused on mid-evening today. I'll keep you updated on social media. Make sure you're following me on my new Facebook page, Chief Meteorologist Eric Wilhelm. Here's my Instagram and my Twitter as well. Have a great day, everyone. I'll see you this evening on 21 News at 6 and 11 p.m.